Shiloh, Redeemer, redemption was already paid for. Thank you, Father, for sending Shiloh, Al-Mashiach, to pay that price on a tree. We must hang, put our life out there and be the understanding, the bliss, the knowledge that we must conform, like in Paul's writings, must conform to his image and be like Christ is the anointed, when he was anointed in oil. So we know that our eye is supposed to be single and we're not supposed to mix. He said he'll vomit us from his mouth because we're toxic. Something that's toxic will, the body's gonna expel that. And he said if you're lukewarm, you have to be, there's no right in the fence. You're gonna be hot or cold. And I don't know if any of us are cold unless you're innocent, like a child. And he said we must be innocent, like a child, childlike. Can you not think about the things of this rock and just focus on an innocent? That's not us. We better focus on taking up, being crucified and bearing witness in your cross, being crucified and suffer. So that's what it says. People don't want to suffer. They want a quick fix. A one-day, sit on church pew Sunday, kind of a temple house made by hands. So that's not you, Father. Remember, one sin, death. He ain't playing. He sent his son, the only begotten son, right? And he said add one tittle, death. One yod. So, pornea, right? Idolatry, one thought, death, hell. So, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. So, but the covenant, he made with his bride. So, bride and the bridegroom, all glory to the bridegroom. That's what it said, the Redeemer. Shiloh, the one who redeems, the one who comes back, and you have to have a crown to set at the feet of Shiloh if you want to receive your inheritance in the age of air. So we're not in the age of water anymore, deception. So it's not a thing, right? Like there's no, it's not 2025, these people are idiots. So, whoa, hold on, we got a spammer in here. I don't eat pork. Let's get that out of here. No spam in the chat. I don't eat pork. Not that he made all things clean under this covenant, but I don't sup with vipers. Don't judge them by their cover. You know them by their fruit. One bad apple upsets the whole apple cart. So you're out of here. We'll toss you. Homie, don't play bad. You're saying some was it bean bag or some carnival? What do they call that? Corn Julio, corn toss. I don't know. We'll toss you out of here. So your message is being held. I don't even want to see it. So somebody moderate this fool out of here. Must be saying something stupid. Thank you, YouTube, for moderating the spammers. Remember, I don't eat pork. I don't sup with vipers. Cast my pearls before swine. Swine are pigs, right? Pigs. People in government. Oh, yeah. Pigs. Remember, he stood against the government, the law, religion, and they hung him from a tree. So, people are, that's what religion does to people, doesn't it? Makes them watered down. So, religious people, swine. I can't ever just don't understand, right? No, I don't understand. I overstand. So I'm not less. I don't be less. I'm abundant and have bounty, So dialectus, glossa, you know, it's all foreign to them. So they don't get it because of the time change. The ball. I don't think their balls will drop their children. It's an adult stream only. So don't come in here with some of your kitty touch, any of your politics. Your president's a cheetophile. We know it. All that nonsense, Joe, and all that. Get out of here. This is not for you. Go away from me. Why does YouTube put all these people? It's a band only supposed to be, HD fat. That's where it's at. Remember, fat was the best part of the meat. Malachi, he says, eat of the meat. So that's you watered down. This Pisces. That's deception. You're deceived. So don't add. That's the Hebrew word pervert, froward. Actually, it's the word froward, not pervert. That's what you are. You're perverting his word. So no perverts or anybody in here coming in here and we got your IP address. So hey, the government's watching you. Who are you afraid? Go to church. That's where all the Satanists hang out. So all the people who go after the masse, you're not supposed to masse. No masse. M-A-S-S-E is the eating the human flesh. Don't eat flesh. Don't drink blood. That's all religious cannibalism. The masse, was that Catholics eat my body? Catholics, Christians, they follow the same thing. The Pope, the Papa, he says, call no man Father, the Most High, right? Father, so no reverend, It's what religions do to people, makes them watered down, remember? This is the milk, not watered down. So he said, eat of the meat, and we do our daily, daily bread. Not, cross. He says, bear your cross, but there's nobody hung from crosses. That's Satanism. Paganism is cross. They just have their pagan holiday, All Hallows Eve. So, Eve, right? You're not supposed to celebrate a single day. Never fulfilled all that. People are full of it. Like Dr. Phil or something. I don't know. Doctor. I don't know whether. The warp speed. Remember, too many jabs, too much fluoride, too much chloride, too much religion. They don't ever study the word. The word is Hokodesh. The word became flesh. That is Shiloh. Remember, we started this and said, all glory and thanks to the Redeemer, Shiloh, the one who redeemed his bride. All thanks to the bridegroom. There'd be a wedding. It's about a wedding, not a religion. So most people are in hell because they think it's below their feet, and they think that earth's below their feet. Hell, earth are not below your feet. And there's no such thing as a planet. So that's why I generally don't mesh or, like spline with the world. They're a bunch of idiots. Well, they just never heard it or seen it in their life. So that's giving them the benefit of the doubt. So, I doubt they know their ass from a hole in the ground. So, well, let me get this out. I'm not sure this person will a long thing and I want to hear it. So, thanks for coming in. Father sent you here. There's no free will or no luck. The heart's continuously filled with wickedness. So don't put any heart symbols. That's the symbol of sodomy. So no sodomites, no kitty touch, no cheetophile, no politics. Poly meaning many, tick meaning bloodsucker. No religious people allowed in here. This is a ministry, not a religion. So you'll have to go. It's not 2025. You're go by your Satan Gregorian celebration. You're a slave to tradition. You only care about the homeless on Christmas and Thanksgiving. You're a just face it. You can't define anything, so that's okay. You won't last in here. So these people are high. What are you on? What are you smoking? Puff the Magic Dragon or something? Chooching on that glycol pen? Jesus is Satan. There's no J's in Hebrew or Greek. You're a Satanist. You're an Antichrist. not the seventh king. The Revelation 9:11. 4 + 5 is 9. That he let Joe Biden. Remember, 4 + 7 is 11. Back to the future. Here we are right now. Well, how many months are we in? 10. So There's no J's in Hebrew or Greek, so get away from me. Brokeback Mountain table. Seriously, remember, we're not supposed to sup with vipers. It's written on fleshy tables of our hearts. So you're exactly what the Hamashiach warns about people, about you, that like to add. Many will come and they'll be deceived in his Shem. You're a fake. There's no J's. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. Was not the last letter added to the alphabet. There's no J's in Hebrew or Greek. That was the last letter added to the English, right? You speak on some other Jesus. How about that? Paul said another. Christ said many. There's another term never written in text. Christ, Lord. Doesn't say that. Get away from me. So if you speak of another Jesus, I'll throw you out here. So Brokeback Table Mountain. Oh, it doesn't say love. There's agape and there's phileo. Remember, he said, I'm not asking you, Peter, if you phileo me, like you love your wife's tits, like you like your dog, like the rack on her, or like the rack on your truck. You don't know what you're talking about. You never study the word. So, no. George Floyd was a porn star and a CIA operative who worked for the government and was high on fentanyl and asked to be taken out of the vehicle. You don't know anything there, video gamer, because all you do is sit there and play Call of Duty or World of Warcraft or whatever stupid little, maybe checkers, maybe just a simple little guy. It's an adult-only stream, so you got to go there, gamer. You're not going to pass go. You're not going to collect, $200. If this was chess, I made you flip the board over. Remember checkers? Get out of here, Simple Simon. Remember pushing little colors and buttons? Get away from me. What are you, one of these Xboxes or something? Stuck in a box in a cage? Get away from me, gamer. You're out of here. I don't sup with vipers. So, no, he told me in his word, remember, Hokadesh? You know what the word is? You know what the word horizo is? Okay, now you're not. See ya. Don't let the door hit you, or the good Lord. There's another word never written in the text. Split you goodbye. Go to the doctor and tell him you get a problem, that you got a crack in your butt. Maybe they help you out. Okay? Thanks for coming in. No, you're not getting none of that, because I'm not giving you no pearls. Remember, don't cash your pearls before swine. You're swine. Swine is pork. Remember, you can eat pork, but it's low energy. Try, I'm not trying to be. Pride is to be above, right? I'm not above. Under this covenant, we're all equal. He equally yoked. He was yoked. They staked him to a yoke, right? Stock, like you've been nailed to the stock exchange, staked to the New York Stock Exchange. No, I don't want your subscription. Get out of here. Now you're out of here. Where's that person at? Nope. I don't want your subscription. Now you can't come back to the channel, because I don't want your subscription. Goodbye. See ya. Bye. See ya. Don't let the door hit you. Remember, you got a crack in your butt? Go to the doctor. Make a complaint. Maybe he can help you out. Doctors, snakes at the pole, they'll be fooled by sorcery, right? That's the word pharmakia. No, I don't play any games. So there's another one of these idiots. So how about I don't play. I'm a farmer. I make my own power. I don't sit here and not that you can't play games. My son's he was pretty good at that stuff. He made money by playing, he made it, I'm like damn impressed that you can make that much money playing games. But at least he did it for something worthwhile, man. They couldn't leave $200-300 or something he made for racing or something. He played I don't know what the games are called, but you sound more calm than normal. The fuck is normal, dipshit? You're an idiot. Coming here, I sound more normal. Oh, okay, one day closer to death, one day closer to being able to possibly find my son and daughter's dead bodies. Oh, more calm than normal. Well, we can kick rocks till they turn into gravel. Pound that turns into sand. Pound sand. Don't build your house on sinking sand. Tell me to be nice. Nice means to be stupid. So, seriously, I'm trying to be real with you. So, Normie, you're yelling. I don't yell. You're an idiot. Sound like you're humbled. Fuck off, Quicks. You're an idiot. Get out of here, dipshit. Like you come in here and like you give a rat's ass like a snap trap snare. Use a snare that lifts us out of here. You can get out of here. Eat it in a fat one if you want. Whatever. Rats. I don't know what you ratatouille. Whatever pasta you're on. Humble yourself. I'm not your man. See, get your broke back ass out of here, okay? You apparently don't learn. I won't deal with people like you. What do you care about? If you care about something, put something worth the shit in this chat right now. Put something in the chat that is some value. Don't act like you care about my life. Do you have a daughter that could be being raped still today and you try to report her body and she was already kidnapped? So get away from me. You're an idiot. Don't talk to me like you care, or put something worth the shit or leave. That's how people have wrenches in here. They put things not because they give anything to the channel money-wise. They put good comments, and they get rid of people like you. You act like you care. You're an actor. Nice means to be stupid. You don't like my definitions? Oh, I'm no normal comment. Fuck off, man. Grow up, dude. No, you're an actor, Q. You're an actor. You're putting on a front. Like drink the Kool-Aid there, idiot. What are you, Q plus like Donald Trump? Or maybe you're old vomit. Barry, the known homosexual, you're slamming the hopium and drinking the Kool-Aid with Mr. Warp Speed. Get away from me. You won't make it a second in here. So I'm just farming. What'd you say? Somebody said something about farming. Farming with my gifts. Don't mind me. Oh, well. Good. Somebody's farming. Hey, somebody's actually doing something, you know? No, Israel's an apostate nation. Israel's not our allies. Well, Israel's the ally of the apostate nation, America. They're too. Those are the most terrorist nation on the rock right now. Most abomination nations there ever was. Blowing up people like Iran. Iran didn't bomb America. You got that coming back to you there, America. America. So, I'm saying? Quite silly, man. You know, these people are just, they go with it, man. They're like Cheech and Chong. Go with it, man. You know, I don't know what's wrong with these people. Remember, I don't care. I'm not trying to turn a goat into a sheep. It's not possible. You can't turn goats into a sheep. So, yeah, you want to hook up on weed? Go to the Shadow Troops, Troop has, go to your dispensary, smoke some of that gene-edited, auto-flowered, Mexican American pot. You want to call it, or weed or marijuana. Smoke some of your marijuana there, Super Trooper. What was that person's name? Shadow. Oh, Troopaz. I'll take your Paz out of here. Topaz, Troopaz, I don't know what that. Get out of here, you're an idiot. Go smoke some of your dispensary pot. You're an idiot. So, people who never sin, when he says you better have a tied around your neck and cast into the sea than hurt one hair on my children. You think he talks about somebody's just like an infant? How about somebody's never sinned in their life? So, ganja. Deep down in the ganja, you know, whatever, man. I'm not Rasta, but I'm a medical cannabis grower. I use cannabis for my medicine. I'm not giving any advice. So when somebody uses a stupid word like weed or something, grow up. You know what I'm saying? So, the band. I don't know, probably Pink Floyd, Roger Waters. For a band. Did you ever see my band? It was in the band, man. It was Violent Diarrhea. No, I'm just kidding. If I ever had a band, that's what I would call it. Right? Violent Diarrhea. Why not? It's a band, man. Or Vomit Tsunami. That was my gamer tag. So, I like all music, so that's a hard one. You put me on the spot, but no, I don't hunt. I farm. I have hunted, but I farm. So, I'm a farmer. I live on a farm, Silver Rock Ranch. I built my ranch from the ground up. So, hey, don't be sorry, Ziggy. Oh, yeah. Don't be sorry. You don't have to be sorry, Ziggy. You can apologize, but I won't accept a sorry from you. Because sorry is just a word, and you never have to apologize if your kid is sick, man. Take care of the kids first, man. Always make sure he's hydrated. Lots of fluids, electrolytes in him. Keep the sugars out of him. I don't know how old he is, but keep the damn corn syrup away from him, please. Don't be the sugar daddy who feeds your kid a bunch of sugar. Like I was not good about that with my son. I did. I gave him a crap so much. We got better. We did. We got better, but when he was young, so try to good. I know you be a good dad. You don't have to stay here. So thanks for coming in, Shaquille. Appreciate you guys' coming back, and yeah, let's stay away from the kids. Whatever. You guys don't. I want to give any medical advice. I've been given medical strikes, and I had a lady walk out of my life over children's Tylenol. So let's not go there. Like don't give that stuff to kids, guys. But don't let anybody tell you how to raise your kids. You raise your kids. How you want. Ziggy, you can't tell it's not right to tell anybody how to raise, your kids. So, it's not, I always again felt like my relationship with my son was always if him and I could share a relationship with the word. Everything else seems unimportant, especially right now. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that he might hate me or he's dead, I don't think that he hates me. I think he's gone, and I don't want to think that he's gone. But what else do I do? You know what I'm saying? So we had a good relationship. Remember, even his last words, I said to him, Elijah, remember I said the thief on the cross, we had scripture talk. He said, okay, Dad, I love you. And he went out the door and he was shot by the state police with his hands in the air. So it's a little hard for me to kind of, I don't mean to go there, but that's just my life that he gave, anyways, so be a dad, children are amazing. I was glad that I got to be with him for 25 years, and I only got to be with my dad for about 7 years. So, I was blessed to know my son, and if he never talks to me again because he's mad at me, which I don't think that's what's going on, then I told him that we might not ever see each other ever again, son. So we had that discussion, and he knows I'm just his dad, and I'm not his father. So if you want to raise your children the way you want, I feel as my success barometer would be, did I have a relationship with my son with Christ? And yes, we did for hours and hours and hours. And that's what I miss about him the most. 100% forward with you that we could church for hours. Nobody would church like my son and myself. That's why I come in here and bug you guys all the time, because he'd be the only other person that would do this with me. So, you know what I'm saying? Outstanding. So I didn't get shorted. Okay. I mean, Father gave me an abundance of time with just like I lost, he just took my dog, and I thought, dude, he just gave you almost 13 years with a dog that doesn't normally last that long. There's no reason to, Father does all things after his own counsel and his own pleasure. If Elijah's not here, then he's not suffering him. I don't want him to see this world right now. This is a hard world to grow up in. He's already had a lot of hard things going up because he had to be around me his whole life. Imagine me being his dad. He went through a lot of crap because his dad was military, police, constitutionalist, always, activism, 6 channels, 12 years on YouTube. This ain't my first rodeo. I've been doing this for a long time. And when you speak out like this, they attack you. And I believe that's why my son and daughter have been wherever they're at. I don't know. Again, I can't do anything for another 18 to 24 days, and I'm going to try to not overreact there. And I know I won't. I'm just going to go try to find my son, has his wife, and find her family and see why they haven't contacted me, because I know my mom hasn't. My son's mom is not wanting to be involved or anything. But it's in Father's hands. I know Father creates all things, everything not written. So whatever's supposed to happen, he's gonna write that, and whatever not written and whatever will be, he creates everything. So I know I have faith, and that's why I come in here and teach here at this ministry, and not like I didn't ask for that. So it's what Father made me. So it's just what we do. You know, we sow seeds, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to go bear our cross and be suffer because, you know, we stand up to perversion of the law. And I have a higher accountability personally because I've served in that capacity. I've been, you know, is that why they brought a SWAT team against me? Because I was a special weapon tactics trained. They knew what kind of law enforcement experience I have, and that I'm a military veteran and all, you know, they didn't need to attack me like they did. And they attacked my son and daughter first. So Father will pour out a just measure. He always does. He's, you know, when we return, if we endure, we turn our cheek, which none of us, remember, every one of us, to include my daughter, my son, all of us, hands in the air, and all of us were assaulted. And even, you know, my daughter was kidnapped. So one day, you know, it will, even if everybody in this lifetime gets away with it, that did everything that night, you know, that they're not going to get away with it for forever. Father pours out a just measure. The measure you pour out onto the people on this world will be poured back out on you when he returns. He pours out a just measure. We don't all get the same measure in this life. That's what I'm saying. Most people are not a police officer or, you know, military or veteran. There are a lot of veterans in America, but some of us are just held to a different standard, and we're not above, not under this covenant. We're all equally yoked, and yeah, Jesus sits at Home Depot waiting for work. Not anymore, because dark. Remember the ISIS terrorists? They're going out there kidnapping people right off the streets of America. Don't even have to be from another country. So, you know, with cousin Carlos, sounds like Dark's a racist. Dark, are you one of those white niggers? Or are you a orange nigger, or a blue nigger, or a red nigger, or a brown nigger, or a yellow or white? What kind of attitude do you have? You know, Father only created one race. These are the people who fed for how long in America? The backbone of this country, the Hispanic, well, not Hispanic, remember, because that, you know, let's not go. How about the Latino people? I grew up around 80% Latino people, Dark. You're just dark skinned. Now you're going to get thrown out of here. How do you in a nation of a melting pot of all races, creeds, and colors and religions, the melting pot, the nation of immigrants, start throwing immigrants out of here? People like Dark, who's a racist, who's a nigger. His attitude is, I don't care how much melanin he has in his skin. I grew up in the concrete jungle. You know what I'm saying? No, not yet. Yeah, so you might want to get out of here. Quit acting like a nigger. Your attitude sucks. Children don't see color nor race. Oh, you're laughing because you think it's funny. You're a racist slime ball is what you are. You come in here speaking your Carlos Santana. You can adios, bendejo. Yeah. Puto, get out of here. Yeah, you probably eat man dick. Get out of here. No mas, bendejo. Don't want to hear no more of you. Adios, muchacho. Take your dumb ass out of here. Like a mule, you can go you go see the donkey show. Maybe they'll take you down, and since you're such a dumbass here in America, because you're probably an American, and they'll ship you to Venezuela, you'll end up in South America. You're an idiot. You know, grow up. Father only puts melanin in our skin because closer he put us to the equator. This guy needs to get a job when I'm retired. Listen, hold on. Everybody look at Gus. Gus, do you have a job in America? Gus Bus, do you have a job in America? Gus, everybody look at Gus. How much money do you make? You can go back and see that. That's all been, I'm not hiding from that. Go back and look at that, you dumb fucking idiot. Bring it up. Try to bring up the 2017 with Mike Miller, you fucking idiot. Go do your own research. It's all out there. There's hundreds of hours on this stream. Yeah, go look it up, you fucking puke. You'll love the stream, jack off. So speak up. I'm talking to fucking Gus Bus. Hello? How much money do you make, dumb fuck? Because go do your own goddamn homework, you fucking idiot. You don't know anything. Go do some homework before you start asking questions. I've already covered that how many times. You're a fucking idiot. Get away from me. Go away from me. You don't care about this stream at all. You don't care about my son, my daughter, nothing. Go the fuck away from me. I want people like you in here. You hope the Lord can forgive you. Lord's a pagan term. Get away from me. All right. Gus, you want to say anything? Stop insinuating fucking drug use, you fucking idiot. Don't call me a sir. I'm retired. I earn my keep. I make my own power. You fucking dumbasses are on a goddamn smart meter and you're on a Wi-Fi router. Get away from me. You're a child. You're not self-sufficient. I just put away 80 eggs. Water glass, 80 eggs. I can still got eggs coming out the asses of chickens. Get away from me. You're not on a farm. I raise more than chickens. You don't do anything. You don't do anything but sit on a fucking Wi-Fi router and try to act like you know something. So go away from me. So you can't feed nobody right now. Look at this. If you don't own this water filter, go fuck off and get away from me. Unsubscribe if you're not. You'd already know that. And any of these, leave now. Go away from me. Go. You ain't got no rice and beans for your neighbor. I got food for 10, 15 years. I could easily stay here by myself. Go away from me, you insufficient fuck. You dollar-dependent nation, corporation, debt slave. Get away from me if you're not self-sufficient. Move away. Nobody's slurring anything, John. You wouldn't know anything about standard field sobriety, you dumb fuck. You don't know anything about alcoholism. You don't know anything about field sobriety. You don't know anything identifying somebody who has been drinking alcohol, you fucking idiot. I'm a prior police officer there. What's your dumbass name here? Look at this stupid fucking puke right here. Insinuating alcohol. So... Do you know what standard field sobriety is? Tell everybody in here. Tell me what vertical, horizontal gaze nystagmus is there. Since are you some kind of? I can't even read his name. It doesn't even make sense. You're just fucking out of here. You're a dumb fuck. I didn't even waste my time on you. Kick rocks, dumbass. So you can have a drink, brothers, sisters. I don't care what the fuck you do, but I drink water. If I'll get trashed off 2 beers because I don't drink fucking alcohol. My son is 26 now. I think he's like 22, almost 23. The first time he ever seen me drink a fucking beer. Okay. And I was a single daddy living the whole time. I don't drink fucking alcohol. Go fuck yourself. So stop being an idiot. So okay, let's get rid of some of these slime balls in here. So we'll go back to have some actual. Look at these idiots. Boy, some people, you guys like to ride ass coattail. You smell like taint. All these guys, are you guys homos? You know, with this berry passing it 50 states wide. Is that what's going on? Are you guys sending these trans, like you're clowns, like they're reading to kids in the libraries? You one of these clowns, little clown suit run around. You like to take Jack's button and sew it on Jill and Jill's pocket on. You want Jill's pocket? Get away from me. Seriously. Baphomet, Bel, Jezebel. If you don't have anything good to say in here, you'll be moderated. I have moderators in here for a reason. It's a family channel and it's an adult, not a family like, what you think. Not sons of God. This is only allowed for the sons of God, not fallen angels, not anybody who thinks they live on a planet, not anybody who thinks it's 2025, not anybody who believes in Jesus, not anybody who, well, let's see, one of your other stupid. There's no Lord, so if you think there's a Lord, there's no Luciferian, there's no word Lucifer, shut up. That never existed ever in any text, originally Old Testament or New, just like J. There's no J in Hebrew or Greek, so take your Jesus and get away from me. Go away from me. This is an adult stream. To be 7, there's 7 things in the scripture. It says, go read that, then come back. Grow up. This is for a ministry that's a body. It's a family. So you can leave. Okay, bye. See you later. We'll make sure we remove you so you can't come back. let's see. This guy is crashing out, and it's concerning. Crashing. What are you crashing? Okay, hold on. Everybody looked at Kid. This guy has a name Kid. This is an adult-only stream. He comes in with the name Kid. What do you mean crashing? Hello, come in here. I'm just a kid. You come into adult stream that says adult only, and I know it's YouTube monitor because it's adult only. Are you actually a minor child? Because we report anybody who touches any insinuation of pedophilia, any insinuation of, you'll be removed. Are you a child? This is an adult only stream. I just said that. You have to be matured, 7 things. You have a name. I'm just a kid. Are you a child? You're not supposed to be in here. Oh, he means you ever had a breakdown. Get the fuck out of here, you dumbass. I'm talking to him, and this guy's going to actually try to decipher. I'm talking to him. Moving on. Are you a child? Because YouTube's supposed to be monitoring no children. This is an adult only. I checked the box. No, this is literally adult only, 18 and over. So, are you under 18? Because I want to know if YouTube's not monitoring. I can check my analytics. They haven't been sending. Every once in a while, they'll push one through. I don't want any children in here. Literal. That's it. Shit. The president's a Cheeto-phile. So, we say things in here that, there's the children need to hear gospel, but I don't want children in here. It's an adult only stream. So you're an idiot. Crash it out means you're lewd. Like these guys are trying to figure out like how to identify a mental illness and how to identify a disability. And when somebody's been drinking, now you got people literally trying to define for me what that person meant when I was just talking to the single person. And now they're trying to give me some kind of definition. What's wrong with these people? I'm not sure. Too much fluoridation. They got stung by the spelling bee. They're Satanists. They're going to hell. Most people go to hell. Remember, that's what the scripture says. No Jesus, no Lucifer, no planet, no Lord, no Christ, no rapture. They're bumbling. Well, let's just call them idiots. That means they've never seen it or heard it. They just never. That's giving them the benefit of the doubt, remember? So. Oh, you're not speaking and you're calling me brother. You don't know the gospel. Okay, speak the gospel in here, 45. This is a Satanist, brothers and sisters, right here. Ricky is a Satanist. This person's never read the text at all, doesn't own a Texas Receptus. Never, I don't know if it's Ricky, because that'd be a boy or a girl. Ricky Bobby. I don't know. It could be one of those weirdos too, right? Whatever, Ricky Bobby. Like they said, these people are like their slobberknocker going around in circles and all their. God is a title, and you don't know anything about the new covenant, do you? Either speak the gospel in here, 45, or I'm going to throw you out of here. I can, I'll move on to just straight gospel for about half an hour, 2, 3 if I want, whatever. Get out of here. I don't sup with vipers. That's part of the gospel right there. So either share the gospel in here, and now you listen up to me. What is your name, you silly Ricky Bobby? Here we go. What did he say? Do you know the new covenant? You attack anyone who speaks. Nobody's even being respectful. It's just quite sad. So you can't even answer the question. Ricky, you're a Ricky Bobby, aren't you? Are you one of these slobber knockers? You believe in a transgender Jesus? Your Jesus is transgender, right? Birthed on December 25th, the Mass A God, Jesus Christ, Satan. Is that who you go after? You're going to try to tell me something about? Didn't even answer my question. You couldn't follow simple. Do you remember in school it said put your name at the top of the paper? It doesn't say name in the scripture. I mean, when it says name, that's Shem. So you're an idiot. I can already tell. So let's go to 45. 45, share some gospel or get the hell out of here. I have to share something that's worth the shit in here, Evan, or you have to go too. Don't let pointless people anger. Nobody's angering me there, Nathan. There's a difference between passion and anger. Don't call me angry or you'll be thrown out of here because you don't know the difference. They don't care how much you care. They care how much you, they don't care how much you know. They care how much you care. You're a pagan. No, you're not. I would guarantee you're not a pagan. I can start quizzing you and you're not a pagan. So you're out of here because you're trying to be facetious. So let's see if this person, if anybody can even, why do you say hi? Why do you come in a room with a blanket message? Say hi. Well, you're out of here just because you don't even have anything to say. So put something in here. Share the gospel, 45. I'm waiting for you. I don't hear any gospel. Don't sup with vipers. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Silver Beard Gaming. Tell me how you're a pagan. You're not a pagan. No, you're not. Tell me about paganism. I know what paganism is. I teach about paganism in this channel all the time and Satanism. They're two different things, so stop being an idiot. You're not a pagan. This is Jesus Christ. This is Christianity. Paganism, Satanism, Catholicism, 2025. It's not 2025. God's not in the sky. You guys are children. Grow up. You're not a pagan. Come on, Ricky Bobby. Nobody made anybody do anything. You're an idiot. So tell me how you're a pagan, Silver. You're not a pagan. You would probably don't know anything about paganism. Do you know anything about paganism? Nah, I doubt it. We had a pagan in here the other night. We actually had a decent conversation with him. So, anyways, let's move on here. This is a HD fat chat only. You're not allowed in here. Your dad's not a pagan. I guarantee your dad's not a pagan. Most people don't even know what paganism is. Like people who call themselves Christian or a Satanist. Paganism is not Satanism. Satanism is the masse, the eating the human flesh. Although pagans sacrifice flesh, they didn't eat it. That's the hijacking of your religion, Catholicism. You know, all your isms. Well, God's in the sky and Christianity and, yeah, Catholicism, Mormonism, Calvinism. Those are all part of this religious nonsense that don't define any words. They all follow this other gospel. You know what I'm saying? They go by, even in Paul's writing, he talked about it. Christ himself, which is not a term ever written in the text. It never says Christ once, but he said many, you know. So you're deceived. You're deceived. You know, it says, well, come in my Shem, not name. There's no, and when he says name, hallowed be thy name, he doesn't mean like Jesus or God or Yeshua. He means this covenant, and minus the Old Testament, the laws of flesh. We're not supposed to celebrate a single day. So if you know anybody who celebrates, they're a slave to tradition and thinks it's 2025, they're a Satanist, 100%. You know anybody who's a Christian, they're a Satanist, Catholic, Satanist, Mormon, Satanist, Protestant, Satanist, Baptist, Satanist, Calvinist, Satanist. These are all Satanism. You add a single jot, you are an antichrist. You've forgotten. Remember, don't add a tittle. You know what a tittle is? You ever study any Roman? You know, it's a mathematical language, the Torah. So you're a Satanist. If you're a Baptist, you're a Satanist, because water is not baptism. That's a halakha Pharisee ritual. So you're a Satanist, whether Baptists or Satanists. The only ones that actually would be Southern Baptists who used to teach predestination, but you're not a Satanist, I guarantee you. Bapto or baptizo? Tell me the two definitions of that, because that's the word, that's the definition. We only speak definition in here. Go see Brother Jim at Grace and Truth. He'll help you a little bit and show you you're truly a Satanist. So, yeah. Yep. You're a Southern Baptist. You're a Satanist. You might know about predestination, but tell me what the word bapto or baptizo means, or you're a Satanist. I guarantee you are. You know, water baptism is a halakha ritual. Do you know what the word halakha means? Do you know what the word halakha means, Wither? If you don't know that word means halakha or Haggadah, you're a Satanist. I can lead you to show you that, you know. So you're a Satanist, and it's okay. He said, come out of my people. Okay. And what I'm saying is that Southern Baptists used to teach predestination. Prohorizo, Romans 8:29. I did predestine. These are Romans writing, you know, Paul's writings. Remember, this is during Rome too. You guys are lost in some other gospel. It's some other Jesus. And the gospel is Paul's writings. Thessalonians, Corinthians, Colossians, you know, all the writings of Matthew, Peter, Mark. You just probably don't understand. You're watered down by religion. Religion waters you down. So Father is not religion. Father is the word Hokadesh. And baptism, John, remember, was baptized by the Hamashiach in the River Jordan, but that was for tradition, so they would have to listen to him. You need to study. Okay, 45. Once again, are you going to sit here? I hope you're not talking to me. I hope you're not talking to me. Look at this idiot. Can you define baptism? I just said, what's bapto or baptizo? I hope you're talking to this other person, not talking to me, 45, because I was asking you. I can't believe your slime ball swine ass is still in here. And I told you to share the gospel and you ain't said shit. You just sat there and now you're going to sit there and think that you're going to. I just asked him, bapto or baptizo. So you're talking to him, right? You're not talking to me, right? 45, and you didn't share any gospel, right? Because now you're going to, I already told you, bapto and baptizo, what's the definition of those two words, which is baptism. So are you speaking to me, 45? Because if you are, get the fuck out of here. Godly. God is a Satan sun god, this Mithra, Jesus Christ, birthed on December 25th. There's no such thing as God. Get away from me. No, get away from me. A liar, demonion. That's what they call the devil in your scripture. There's no such thing as a devil. There's no devil. Doesn't say devil. Doesn't say Lucifer. Doesn't say Jesus. Doesn't say planet. Doesn't say rapture. Doesn't say Lord. Doesn't say Christ. You guys are children. You never sat down and had a relationship with the word, have you? So let me see. Are you in here still, 45? Because if you don't answer my question, I'm going to go back and find you and moderate you out of here. Can you even define? If nobody say anything, moderate anybody who says anything. I don't want anybody in here. Moderate anybody who says anything other than 45. Let's see if he's still in here. 45, speak up. And you are just quoting different translations. You haven't given me a definition. So look at brothers, sisters. He wants the definition. He wants the definition. But I've now asked him for the definition, and he was speaking to me. Goodbye. You're not getting the definition of bapto or baptizo. Now moderate him. Get out of here. You're a Satanist for sure. Goodbye. You had your, I asked you, and then you tell me that, to tell you. I asked who in the chat? Not you. And then you pointed out that, because I asked him, what's the definition of bapto, baptizo? It's a halakha, Haggadah ritual, but you opened up your mouth and said that I didn't know the definition when I was waiting for the definition of somebody else, and you couldn't even give me the definition yourself because you're not even here now, huh? What an idiot. There's no other way through heaven. What is heaven, Wither? Because I want to put you on front too. Because you said you were a Baptist, right? A Southern Baptist. Because where's heaven? Not a dipping either. It's to be overcome with a pitch, red, stain, blood, or dye. Get the correct definition. So that's the word bapto or baptizo. It's not in water. There's no such thing as water baptism. That's not a thing. Baptism is by blood, pitch, red, stain, or dye. It's to be overcome. It can't be dipped. There's no dipping. Bullshit. You have to be overcome. It's a process like repentance. You must be rebuked by the word, by Father. He rebukes you. Then you walk in for an extended period of time before you're ever forgiven. Okay? Even in the Gospels, it doesn't even say Jesus was a real person. Look at how much of a fucking idiot this person is. Goodbye, Michelle Davis. Christ is the gospel, you ding-dong. Hello, you mean eat too many ho-hos? So, Wither, have you ever been to Grace and Truth Ministries? You ever been to Grace and Truth Ministries? Shut the fuck up, Nathan. You're never coming back here again. Goodbye. I'll remember you every time. Okay? Because you're in Middleton. I know where that's at. So, goodbye. No anger here. Learn the difference between passion and anger. Grow up, child. So, what I want you to do is I want you to go over to Grace and Truth Ministries and see Jim Brown's teaching on Southern Baptist, okay? Go over there, write it down, Grace and Truth. This is High Desert Faith and Truth. It's Grace and Truth Ministries, and he'll teach you about baptism, Southern Baptist, Calvinist, Jehovah's Witness. It's here on YouTube. It's here on YouTube. It's here on YouTube, so you don't have to. He has a website. He's been on the net for, a lot, but he radio and television. He's been doing it he's an older man. I'm not saying you to any religion. He is a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I don't like religions at all. Okay. So if you'll go over there, he will teach you everything about Southern Baptists, historically, about Calvinists, about Catholics, about historically. There's not a better understanding than Jim Brown's lesson. I mirror because Southern Baptists, okay, no, you can't be born again, Matthew. There's no such thing as born again. You're an idiot. See, this person's a Satanist right here. This is what Father warns you about people like Matthew right here, because you can't be born again. It doesn't never say born again. And it says to be born from above, okay? So, no, I'm not a Lutheran. Lutherans are Catholics. That's just a form of Catholicism, and they're Satanists. So, no. So you're going to have to go, Matthew. You can't be born again. So we're all born again. Okay, so you're out of here because you're lying. You're what is the word calls them, Nephilim. Nephilim is a bully. Somebody bullies with their own lies. That's the word daemonion, or distributor fortunes or lies. So we're going to get rid of some of these. So Matthew, you're going to get one more. You are demon possessed. This person you can't be possessed by a demon. A demon is the word daemonion, a distributor of fortunes or lies. So you can't be demon possessed. You're an idiot. People think that sneeze, that a portal would open up and they would bless them because they thought they had a demon. You're an idiot. JD, get out of here. You're demon possessed. Here we go. This person, here we go. You can't be possessed by a demon, brother, sister. I used to think people who had seizures had demons or were possessed, brother. So these are the children in the chat that we're going to pull. You'll see these people are, it's not 2025. No, he didn't cast out demons. He cast out the unclean truths. That's not what he said, Evan. You are frowering his agape, as he told you not to do. So, Matthew, you're going to get one more. Let's put you on the spot here. Where Matthew? Where's heaven? Matthew, where's heaven? JD, you're an idiot. You can't see no demons in my eyes. Get away from me. You can't see shit. You don't hear ass from a hole in the ground. Goodbye, JD. It's a distributor of fortunes or lies. The word is daemonion. It's not demon. It says demon. It's replaced in your scripture as the word devil. The unclean aletheia, Evan. The man said he was legion. So answer my question, Matthew. Where is heaven? Or you're going to have to leave. My moderators are going to moderate you. Don't put any scripture. Tell me where heaven is at. You don't rebuke me in the name of Jesus. You can't rebuke me. It doesn't say name, and there's no Jesus in Hebrew, or is there in Greek? You're an idiot, JD. There's no J's. You can't, it says Shem, and to rebuke, Father rebukes with a word. You have to do with the word, and the name is all. Go with another one. Look at these people, guys. Look at these people, man. Oh my gosh, man. I love it. Father, help these people, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They're bumbling through letters that were never written in the original text. There's no J's. Stop it. There's no vowels in Hebrew. So start it with your barnyard Jesus. Get away from me with your A-I-O Jesus, okay? Stop it. J was the last letter out of the alphabet, not Z. Stop it. Go away from me. Seriously, I don't want you in here. You're a child. This is an adult-only stream. Inky and Enlil. Oh, I'm getting rebuked in the name of Inky now. Oh no, we got more star gods. Jesus Christ is Satan, birthed on December 25th. You rebuke me in the name of Jesus. Let's show you who you're rebuking me in the name of. Here's your Jesus, okay? Here's your Jesus. It's Moloch. His name is Satan, the sun god. They had a Roman festival, an orgy, your orgy Jesus. You're going to rebuke me in your orgy Jesus? Remember, 100% on December 25th, after a whole week of marinating their man in the orgy. Remember, they had an orgy. They would barbecue a man with man, beast, and woman. That's your bestiality, Jesus. You're a child. Birthed in the middle of the winter, Moloch. Remember?
Jeremiah 10, for one cutteth the tree out of the forest. This is, look at this crow. Look at him. Crow is coming in here. This is your Jesus, okay? This is Moloch. Moloch is Jesus. Jesus is the sun god Satan, birthed on December 25th. You're trying to rebuke me in the name of Satan. You're an idiot. Satan is the sun god Mithra, Jesus Christ. There is no J's in Hebrew, or is there in Greek? So what are you doing? Calvinism or Christ is king. Calvinisms, they think children, why would a child who's never sinned go to hell? They're with Father. Fuck Calvinists, they're idiots. They steal like, well, it like said, Southern Baptist, no predestination, which I teach in here. You know what I'm saying? He didn't die on the cross. Nobody died on the cross, Evan. Nobody died on crosses. The cross is the Satan Ankh. That's the Ankh. Nobody died on crosses. Christ wasn't hung on a cross, Evan. There nobody hung from crosses. Nobody ever hung on a cross. So now you're getting rebuked with the aletheia, the word truth. This is your north and south God, right? That's Moloch, Jesus Christ, the son of Esau. Remember Esau killed his brother Nimrod? Nimrod is Jesus Christ, birthed on December 25th. Christ was born when the shepherds were in the field with the sheep. In the months October, November, and December, the shepherds put up the sheep because they get mold on their fur, on their wool. I'm a farmer. I raise sheep, so stop it. That's Baphomet. That's Bel. Satan, Jezebel. This was taught. You just don't know what you're talking about. At the equinox, they thought the sun was dying, and they prayed to Saturn. This is the feast of Jesus Christ, the sun god, birthed in the middle of the winter. Satan, April Fools. The new year starts in the middle of winter. Look at Crow in here, still thinking they're going to say anything. I don't have the tongue of a snake, Crow. You just don't like that this is your Jesus. Your Jesus has 3 genders and has breasts there, Crow, that you say. Baphomet, Bel. Yeah, Saturn, the god, is not a planet, not the planet. There is no planets. King, there's no such thing as a planet. So get away from me. That's a star. That's a star. Nobody lives on a fucking planet. So stop it, you children. Who is the living God? Who is the Messiah? Answer. What did he say, Evan? Do you ever study the word at all, Evan? Answer me. No! Evan, answer me! Evan, answer me! What did he say, Evan? You could use the word for yourself. You don't get to sit there and try to make me answer you. What did Christ say himself, right? What was your little pagan term? Christ is a pagan term. Never written in the text even one time. Answer me, Evan! What did he say himself? The Hamashiach is what Messiah is. You don't speak any Greek or Hebrew, do you? Get out of here. Just leave. If you can't take it, you just some little child. Oh, some holy water. Uh-oh, gonna sprinkle holy water on him because he thinks he's got a demon. Crow, why are you still in here, macaw? I don't speak bird. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Please don't cheap. Come and see me. It's a Bob song. Get out of here. Crow, what an idiot. Maggot, that's what you are. So, paganism, exactly. Idiots, man. They wouldn't know there was sweet paganism and Satanism and Calvinism and Mormonism. These are all the worship of Satan, you idiot. I just showed you what it was. So, that's right. It's a term that is anointed one, the one who was anointed in oil. So, thank you, Nolan, for actually putting something. So Evan can't answer the scripture with himself. Now you're typing in capital letters. What does the word say, Evan, or you're going to get kicked the hell out of here? Okay, everybody in here is going to have to define, other than my moderators, the word hell, or you have to leave. Nobody's speaking in tongue. There's no such thing as speaking in tongue. Shadow troop. You're an idiot. Dialectus glossa, no such thing as speaking in tongue. No free will, no gods in the sky. God is a title. It doesn't say God. So don't say God in here. There's no God. Little g God, deities. Oh, my move. Oh, like you're going to play a game of fucking simple checkers, bitch. You're going to be leaving here, Evan. Now you are on the spot. You define the word hell right now to me. It's Revelation 9:11. They have a sun god, Satan, Mithra, the Apollyon, the sun god, Satan. Define the word hell or you have to leave, Evan. Define the word Revelation 9:11. It's the word abyss. Either define the word abyss or get out of here. You're not welcome here anymore. You've been in here far too fucking long. Goodbye, Evan. Couldn't answer the question. Get Evan out of here. And you too, Crow. You're going to have to answer right now. Crow, answer to me what the word abyss is. That's the word hell. Give me the definition of hell or you're out of here too. You've been in here far too long too. Answer now. Evan could have answered the damn question on his own. What did Christ say himself? I said, I'm not going to use your stupid pagan term. So. This is what the person is to answer, Rose Sisters. You're going to have to answer to a lot. That is their... Give me the definition of the word abyss now, or you have to leave. You know, write your name at the top of the paper. If moderators moderate anybody that does not give me the definition of abyss, you moderators, you know the definition. You've been here. So, Wither, don't say I did. Give me the definition of abyss or you're going to get kicked out of here. And I don't want you to get kicked out of here because I think you're actually somebody in here is not being a shit stain. You know, dropping a bunch of shit. Nonsense. Makes no sense like America. Full of it. How we don't play that? I'm not some kind of perfect saint, but remember the wrath that's poured out on the nations is the blood of the saints. So unless you want to be crucified or not willing to be, right? No, you can't. You will be because he said you will be persecuted for my name's sake. And it didn't mean Jesus or he didn't mean God or it didn't mean Yeshua. He meant this new covenant that he made with his bride. It's this testament that he wrote on the hearts without a jot or a yod changed, not a tittle. Or I'll blot your name out of that book. You'll go to hell. So give me the definition of hell right now. Abyss. And if you don't know, it's okay if you get the wrong answer. But if you want to stay in here and you want to be in this chat, you're going to have to avoid the truth and found no. But thank you. I want the definition. I don't want your own translation. I appreciate you trying to make a translation, but I like the literal lexicon definition of the word bis. A negates in the Greek. I'll give you a hint because remember, somebody came in here was making a big stink about that a minute ago. Oh, Evan, don't tell me what your name is. Here, how is Ka still in here, Crow? You can't even define the word abyss, and that's what you're doing, demanding answers. Oh, I demand you tell me the definition. Oh, yeah, I demand you tell me the definition. Okay, so you're fine. I don't want you to, remember, I don't want any of my moderators answering the question. I want the new people who are here. If you want to stay here, we're going to go over 2 words, heaven and hell, just to start. And if you can't slow down for 1 second and figure out these 2 words, because then we'll move on from there, then you're not welcome here. This is not some religious channel. I rebuke religion, all of them. They're vain. I'm not religious. I have a relationship and I love the word is Hokadesh, Alathea, Horizo. He's the separator. You'll be separated out of here. I've never banned anybody ever once permanently from this channel, but you will be put in time out, huh? Because you're acting like a child. You have to go outside and play because children are not meant to be seen or heard. And this chat is an adult-only chat. So you go outside, maybe come out when the lights come on, yeah? Something, flashlight, bulb will go off in your head or something, but don't come back in here till you see the light. So I'm asking you for the definition of hell. In Revelation 9:11, it says they have a sun god. No, that's not what the heavens is. That is the firmament, that's not what the word heavens is. That's the firmament. The waters is the firmament. It's in the book of Psalms, right? There's many places. The heavens are not above your head, okay? But I'm asking for the definition of hell. No, heaven isn't an attorney with God. Heaven is not an attorney with God necessarily like you're thinking. Heaven is not, you don't die and go to heaven. You don't die and go to hell. So, okay, I'm asking for the definition of the word bis. Right now, I want to know one word definition. Bis. Tell me what the word bis is. Okay, you can't. Now, I don't want any guesses. I want to know what the word BYSS is. Bis. That is a Greek word. The A negates whatever can't, that big round red with a slash, no, it negates what follows. So hell, abyss would be no. What is the word bis? No, I didn't ask for that, Nolan. I asked for the definition of bis. Now stop making guesses or I'll moderate you out of here. Demon, look at this. Demon, look at this, guys. Crow is still in. Look, leave Crow in here for a minute and let's everybody center on Crow. Crow, you either answer my question. Yeah, because I'm asking you in Revelations, what is the definition of demon? Because once again, you have to give me the definition of demon if you want to stand here. Everybody look at Crow. Still in here. I don't know why you haven't been moderator, because Father creates all things. It's not by chance, no free will, no luck. So give me the definition of demon. You're you. No, that's not the definition of demon. If you can't give me the definition of demon, I'll moderate you. See, that's what I'm making sure. We're going over the text of what's in the scriptures that you seem to be spitting like a forked, snaked tongue, like you accuse me or whatever. The devil is the word, right? Demonion, right? So give me that definition right now, or I will moderate you personally myself. Okay, goodbye, Crow. You had your little fun and games in here. Eat a dick, okay? Fall on a big, fat, black, phallic obelisk, okay? Big, fat one. Goodbye. I'm not sure why Crow was in here so long. But anyways, so I'm asking for the definition of the word abyss, A-B-Y-S-S. It doesn't say angel of the bottomless pit, okay? I know it doesn't say bottomless pit. You read the wrong text. You don't have this scripture right here. So you have the wrong text, and that's why your dialect is wrong. This doesn't say bottomless pit. You don't have this book, do you? Old Jewish book written in Greek, the interlinear Texas 12th century book where it was canonized and coded with the Strong's Concordance by the number. You have to be able to study. No bottomless pit. It says abyss. Now I'm asking for the definition of the word bis. No, you don't have the Holy Bible. You have some Satanist translated version. If you don't have this text right here, you have a burn it. It's trash. Did you hear what I said? It doesn't say bottomless pit. You're going to get one more chance in here now. Okay? So I'm asking you for the definition of the word BYSS. I'll end the fucking stream and you guys all find a whole nother group of people to come in here that want to answer my questions. Like simply put your fucking name on the paper. Give me the definition of BYSS. Crow's not in here. Oh, the demons demand an answer. You're motherfucking right I am. I'm telling you, give me the answer of bis or get out of here. Bis. I want the definition of the word BYSS. What is that? Greek. It's a Greek word. Bis. Abyss. Revelation 9:11. Bis. BYSS. That's okay. If you don't know, that's fine. We're going to slow down and show you people you shouldn't be saying anything in this thing if you don't even know one word that's in the text. Because that is the Revelation Son God. They have an angel over them, a messenger, a king, the king of the abyss, Apollyon. Okay? So I want you to slow down, because if you'll slow down one word at a time, you'll start to learn. And he tells you don't add a jot. So if you're studying out of a text that's been changed, this is the interlinear Textus Receptus. Okay? Nobody's upset. What the fuck was that all about? So anyways, If you can't slow down and say one thing at a time, then you have no business even saying anything about these words. If you don't know what these words are right here, halakha or haggadah, I would recommend you never go out and you're supposed to share this word that's in here, the gospel. It's not like you can just walk away from it. Oh, I'm an atheist. I don't know. You have to share the light. He will make his disciples. They'll be crucified for sharing the true gospel. There's only one gospel. The gospel is unchanged. That's why I'm trying to slow you down to get you to understand one word at a time. See, my brain for decades couldn't get it all, it was because until I learned to study one word at a time with my concordance, so I can go find out where that one word is at, because I wanted to know everything all at once. You can't learn anything. Like, you'll never learn it by picking it up and reading it like a book. This is not a love story or a novel. I rebuke all religions. I thought you rebuked all religions. Here we go. What the hell is this all about now? You're going to get out. You're going to get your ass thrown out of here. What are you talking about? This is about the deep core of the world. That's not what the definition of bis is. I'm asking for the literal definition in your lexicon. If you'd study with a lexicon at concordance, you can use your eSword app, but you don't. That's why your tongue is alien. There is no aliens. That is a word. Father is the word. That's the word Hokadesh. Hokadesh. You're an idiot. I'm asking for the definition in the Greek lexicon. Get away from me. You go look up the Greek lexicon or get the fuck out of here, child. It's an adult-only stream. You can't teach the teacher coming in with your cup full of shit. Leave it at the door like two girls in a cup. Come in like a fucking empty sponge next time, or you're going to get thrown out of here. You say calling a man teacher. That's where false prophets. Remember the Scorpizzo? Get out of here. So I want the definition of bis. B-Y-S-S. Abyss. In Revelation 9:11 says they have a angel, a king. Angelos is what this book says. It says angelos in this book. Angelos. Does your book say angelos? No. Angelos is the word angel. Angel, if you look up your definition of angelos, that's messenger. An angel is a messenger, not coming from the sky and has wings. But Pastor, it says this should be given the wings of an angel. She will flee to the wilderness and give the safety. Yeah, wings, huh? Hello. The skies will roll back like a scroll. So what I want you to do is give me the definition of in the Greek lexicon, which is your dictionary of the word BYSS. So it's not what I'm asking though, Kevin. I'm asking for the definition of the word bis. One fucking word. It means one word. It's actually three words that mean the same word. The Greek three same words mean the same, but they all have one meaning in the English. Do you know what a biblical angel looks like? You're fucking looking at one. I think it's time for you to go, King. I seriously think it's time to go. I think your head is up your ass. An ass can't learn. I've already tried to get you to slow down, and you're looking at an angel. Bible? Fucking child, man. You mean this word here? Book? It wasn't written on paper, asshole. Are you an ass? Somebody who can't like two cheeks to the same hole? Two wings to the same dragon? An angel is a messenger, and we're all supposed to go share the message. Remember that nigh, go share the gospel, the good news. Have you forgotten your studies? An angel is a messenger. I just gave you the definition of it, and you're going to ask for a biblical. There's no Bible. This wasn't written on paper. That's why I'm trying to slow your ass down so you can learn something. If you can't learn, then you're an ass. Christ will call you brutish in nature if you want to use your stupid pagan term. Not you, but the term. It wasn't written on paper. So I want the definition now. Stop giving me all these other bottomless, unfathomable, other bullshit. You too, Kevin, slow the fuck down. And give me the definition of BYSS. BYSS. It has a definition in the Greek lexicon. That's what I want.
Okay, this is how a moderator gets kicked the fuck out of this channel because they can't even listen. They're stubborn as a fucking mule. Kevin, you're an ass, and you're getting your wrench taken away from you because you can't fucking stop for just 1 second. So I'm removing your wrench from you because you can't seem to listen to me. And I told you to stop. So you're being removed as a moderator. I'll put you in fucking timeout. Next time. Give me the definition of the word BYSS. I'll kick my own moderators out here. I'll number 10 socket your ass. You'll be lost. Bottomless, be lost. Be less. Shit, I lost a moderator. Give me the definition of the scriptural word bis, not biblical. Fuck your Bible. It wasn't written on paper. You're an idiot. It's written on the hearts of the bride now. It was written on stone tablets and scrolls, not iPhone tablets and Apple tablets. It was literal 10 commandments. If you'll slow down one, how long am I sitting here? I'm about to fucking shut this ministry down. You guys are about, dude, I'm gonna take this ministry on the road. This shit's lame. I'd rather go on the road and fucking talk to people in person. Are you fucking serious? You guys have been in here for goddamn half an hour. I just throw a moderator out because he couldn't even listen. The word abyss is in Revelation 9:11. In this Greek book, old Jewish book in Greek, it doesn't say bottomless pit. It says abyss, the angel of the abyss. They have a king. A king is a messenger. The messenger is the word angel in the definition. Angelos is the word angel, and the definition of an angel is a messenger. You have to speak the definitions in here. I'm asking you for the definition of the word abyss. I've already given you a little hint here. The word a negates the word that follows. So, Shadow, get the fuck out of here. Don't you ever come back in here too. Ever again. Don't ever come back here, Shadow. You fucking idiot. So, give me the definition. Not even an idiot. So, I'm asking for the definition of the word bis. B-Y-S-S. Bis. Bis. Abyss. Revelation 9:11 says they have a king over them, a messenger. Angelos is what my book says. The angelos, or a king, the angel of Apollyon, Abaddon, or Abaddon, or John, of the, that is the word hell, to show you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and you should never go talk about anything in this if you can't even give me one word in here in the definition of hell, because hell's not below your feet. That's not what hell is. You don't die and go to hell. You don't die and go to heaven. You guys are on a ball. There's no planet in here. Old Testament fathered in stars, sun, and moon. No planet. So what is the definition of the word bis? B-Y-S-S. Bis. One word. A-B-Y-S-S. Two in the Greek. One in English. Two in Greek. The A negates the word that follows. Hey, listen, if you can't fucking answer my question, I'm not going to allow you to stay in here. Slow down. Give me the definition of abyss. You see, you're getting ahead of yourself already. You can't even give me the goddamn definition, and you want to worry about where you go when you die. You need to live a little bit, motherfucker. Get off the internet. Go throw a fucking fishing pole in the water. Go find God or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's okay. Damn it, Los, you weren't supposed to, but that's okay. Fuck, appreciate it, Lo. Why did I call you? Okay, you know what I'm saying? It was my moderators weren't supposed to answer the question, but that's okay. We're going to take a break because this is tiresome, guys. This is literally getting to be. I'm glad I do this every time, every year. Almost, I've been really slowing this down a lot because I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this when we go on the road. When we take, if I can, if the ministry goes on the road, I'm going to say the same questions, ask these simple questions to people. It should be quite entertaining. Okay, so the word bis is the word hell. Hell is the word bis. Hell is the word abyss. That's where people think they die and go to hell. You don't die and go to hell. That's not what hell is. You don't die and go to heaven. That's not what heaven is. Earth isn't below. So thank you for answering, Ziggy. I needed the answer because I need to take a break. It's unbelievable how long it took these people to just sit there and nobody will answer it. Nobody can give me the answer to what hell is. And people think they can go out there every day and talk about this text to people like they know something about it. No, they don't. And I'm still learning, so I'm not some kind of know-it-all. I only want to learn the definition. Oh, remember Crow in here? This demon's, he's making them give us the definition of the words that they're in the book. He's making them, I'm not making you. I mean, if you want to stay in here, you can shut the fuck up and listen. But if not, if you can't give me the right definition, you can guess. But I wasn't asking for anybody guessing. I sat in here for more than half an hour and let people guess. Half an hour, almost an hour. So it's quite hilarious. So it is what it is. I've been doing it a lot in here, brothers and sisters. Been slowing down and say, all right, let's stop. Let's go one word at a time. Let's just define the word hell. Been in here for an hour and a half. Look, holy shit. Thank you, Father, for patience. Love is patient. Love is the word agape. Doesn't say the word love in anywhere in the text. It says agape. So, or phileo. There are more than one kind of love. So remember, I'm not asking you, Peter, if you phileo me. Do you agape me? So anyway, supposed to be getting some energy coming from the sun today. It looks like we're starting to get a little lag from it right now. I figured we would earlier. Feel abundant still to just have the internet still, guys. To still be able to just do this, man. Come on, internet, work for me. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get this to work. What time is it? 7:47. Nice. Yeah, we'll see. Just like I said, I'm excited to maybe take the, we'll see what Father has, we'll see if we get some energy coming from the sun. It looks like we're supposed to get some auroras down into Oregon and, Washington. So should be a light show. You might, if you're anywhere in the Pacific Northwest, or I'm not sure how far over it's going to go, you might go poke your head outside tonight, see if you'll see any lights out there. We're supposed to get pounded by the, so yeah, we don't die and go to hell, Wither King. We die and we go get to be with Father after we die, but we don't, there's no dying and going to the sky. There's only one final shofar, seventh horn, the final trump, and that's when we all judged at one time, one judgment, one wedding. He already divorced his bride. There'll be one wedding. Judgment, there's 3 books, but the book of judgment is one judgment. One judgment. Do you understand? One judgment. So we don't die and go to the sky or die and go to hell. That's not what hell is. The word no. This is the word knowledge. No knowledge. Revelation 9:11 says they have a messenger over them, the messenger of the abyss, the angel of the abyss, the angelos of the abyss, Apollyon or Abaddon or Abaddon, that is the angel of the abyss. The word abyss is no knowledge. It's not, people want to make it something it's not. The kingdom of heaven is within. Heaven is not above our head. Heaven was Father's ruling class. Earth is the ruled. Study your Old Testament. The ruling class, he had Aaron and Levite, his pride, his favorite. Remember, he didn't love the Gentiles. He hated Esau. Satan, Jesus Christ, birthed on December 25th. So, anyways, let's just take a pause for a cause. Maybe we'll go here a little bit longer, but I can't sit there and just beat my head with people don't even want to listen to me at all. Don't even want to put their fucking name at the top of the paper. So, guys, but I'm not sorry about anything. So we'll see how much more energy we get coming in from the sun. I don't know. We could get a pretty good, there's supposed to be a pretty good geomagnetic storm with 2 more possible coronal mass ejections coming off the sun from behind it. So some energy coming from the sun for sure. Something coming off the sun, plasma, ionized, deionized gas. That's what it is. It's electric is what it is. But heaven is the ruling class, Ziggy. I just, again, you've been in here a lot. Heaven is it was his pride, his favorites. You can get the Clinock 10-volume set that goes over all the battle of the heavens. And the heavens were, it talks about, remember in that 7,000 man army in the book of Genesis, it talks about they annihilated that 120,000 man earthly army. Remember? He said, if you love me, if you don't go after other, gods, little g gods, gods in the sky, your own will, self-will, idolatry, no weapon formed against you will prosper. Your enemy come against you one way. If you love me, you can follow my commandments. You don't go after other gods. You don't commit adultery. Your enemy will come against you one way, and I will make them flee 7 ways, and no nation could come against the nation of Israel. That was his favorite, his pride, his heavens. Aaron, the high priest of Aaron, Levite, the Levitical priest, the high priest. The law only applied to those houses related to the 2 houses of Aaron and Levite, right? Otherwise, you were a Gentile. He didn't love everybody. He only loved his pride, his heavens. Now the kingdom of heaven is within. The earth is ruled. People are ruled by their dialect. So you need to study more just than the lexicon to know these things, Ziggy. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to stay studying. That's why I've given you this gem, Brother Jim Brown at Grace and Truth. I knew a lot of this, but I can always add to my faith, like it says in the book of Timothy, by going and studying Jim Brown, and refining my skills, going and unlearning and relearning bad studies too, that I didn't study properly. So the heavens are the ruling class. The earth is the ruled. There's no, you don't live on a planet, we're not on a ball. Theologians, yeah. But anyways, these people have this idea that they're spinning on a ball on the spiral arm of the galaxy, corkscrewing, 3rd rock from the sun, 3rd dimension through time and space. And the constellations would debunk anybody who has any kind of look at any of the models. I don't care. I debunk all of these models that they put out there. So we're locked in the firmament. There's no going. Heavens aren't above your head. The firmament is above your head. The firmament declares the work of the Father. The heavens, right, declare the glory of God. See, people are lost. So for all the battle of the heavens, his favorite, his pride, the high priest of Aaron, Levite. He didn't love everybody. He didn't love the Gentiles. So he so loved Jacob, and he gave him the inheritance. That was remember, Jacob is who he so loved. And then Esau, he hated. He killed his brother Nimrod. The tree god, Nimrod, tree worship. Throw your kids on the fire, eat your kids. Krampus, Santa, Jesus Christ. They're doing the same thing again that they were doing at the time of Rome. So going after sun gods and gods in the sky and going to temples made by hands. And he said, you don't dwell in temples made by hands. So the kingdom of heaven is within. Okay, Ziggy? The kingdom of heaven is within now, because he said the body is a temple. He used to visit 1 day a year behind the veil, where they would have a perfect sacrifice at the altar wash their hands in the glassy sea, enter into the temple, right? Well, only Aaron and Levi could enter. Past the, table of showbread, the 7 candlesticks, the altar of incense, then pass that blood all to where the 2 cherubs sat over the 10 commandments, the law, right? And they would sprinkle that blood onto, right, the altar, right? Or from the altar on to what was housed inside what was that? The 2 cherubs over, remember, the raiders of the lost Ark of the Covenant. This is the covenant that he made. This is the Old Testament. So they would have a perfect sacrifice, and Father would visit one day a year as Hokadesh, as spirit, as ghost, not as flesh. Father doesn't exist in flesh. Remember, but he destroyed this temple with his actual, when he was here on this rock. He said, before Abraham was, I am. Remember his prophecy of no stone left upon another was the destruction of the physical temple and the destruction of the physical ritual, of the laws of the flesh, celebration, fee, fine. There you go. So there you go. See, heaven's not in the sky. Heaven has always been within. It's written now on the heart of the bride. So that's the beautiful thing, is we'll receive that kingdom after we die, though. For now, he's with us because we're not ruled by the dialectist or the flesh. Wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. Remember the armor that Paul told us in Ephesians 6 and 11. That's why it's so important we read Paul's writings too. There's just so much to go over. That's why it's better to just study one word at a time. Don't try to read it all at once. You're not going to ever do it. You have a whole life, the rest of your life ahead. You just slow down. Make sure you're knowing that every word you say is correct. And you study the cultures, the customs, the parables. There's a difference between an idiom and an idiot, right, Ziggy? So we are very challenged to stay. That's why we reproof each other only with those that are in the narrow way. We do not sup with vipers. You're going to become a product of your environment. If people allow you to become watered down, then you'll accept that, won't you? No, you can't accept Jesus. There's no such thing as accepting Christ. No silence. What does high desert faith do every day? The presence speaks its own truth. But, yeah, it's like, remember, heaven and earth shall perish, but my word never die. Understand? It's not going to die. You can't silence the word. Everything is going to go. That's why Father, you're going to burn everything except for the word. All flesh, all tongue, all dialect, all translation, all of it's going. As is above, so is below. You know what I'm saying? So, but what can we do? Walk and follow in his commandments, be persecuted for his Shem, for what he did, and be Christ-like, conform to his image, stand up to the perverted law, stand up to it. He didn't say with violence. He said, let vengeance be mine. That was Old Testament. You used to be able to eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Nobody in this ever be able to come against this ministry saying, hey, I was in here promoting violence. No, I wasn't. I was telling you to get out of the system. Like Christ said, the kingdom of heaven is within. That's why he was such a threat at the day of the Pharisees, because the gospel is, come out of her, my people, right? Cut it off, circumcise the flesh. Paul said the kingdom of heaven is within. We have an inner man and he cannot sin. That is Christ in you. He is perfect. He is sovereign. Cut off this laws of the flesh. Circumcise it. He said circumcise the flesh, not a physical circumcision of the male genitalia, but the circumcision of the outer laws of the flesh. Whatever. So what? That doesn't define you. My bad.
we had to switch our light system over here. We kind of had a cloudy day. I made ice cubes. So, all right. I think I'm going to wrap this one up, guys, for this today. I appreciate you coming in. You know, like I said, yeah, it'd be a burnt mountain, is what it says. Tomorrow's Friday. I cannot believe that attorney didn't call me today, guys. And I don't think he's going to call me tomorrow. So that means next week is, I guess there's a couple more weeks. So if he doesn't call me next week, I guess he'll call me the week of right before the trial, huh? That's so weird. I'm going to stay hyper focused on trying to get the Forerunner ready to go, so I can be ready to go if they say I can. Something, I don't know. Father will make happen whatever's going to happen. So I want to try to get, the only thing I really want to try to get before I leave here is that is try to find a tent. You know what I'm saying? So I think that tent will save me a lot of money on the road. You know, 150 a night for a hotel. So I just want to try to plan on not using any hotels at all as I travel for now. And so I think that's really all I'm gonna need. I want to try to give the Forerunner a tune up, and that's it. I need to get a couple things sold so I have some money to go on the road with, figure it out. I'm going to bring a couple things on there with me that I could pawn, or not pawn, I could sell at a pawn shop or sell somewhere along the road. So, so I have a little bit of time left, a couple weeks, I guess, you know. So I'm hoping I can yeah, I'm hoping I can leave with that, you know, and have that all buckled down and strapped down and ready to go. That way, go on the road, I can have yeah, I don't want to try to. I don't want any money. I don't want money, Ziggy. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave here with no money. I'm gonna leave here with no money. I seriously will leave here with no money, and I'm not gonna care about it at all. I'm just gonna go and I'll work along the way. I just need to. I'll be fine. I'll be okay. I know I will. I'll be all right. I'll be okay. You know that the Forerunner gets okay gas mileage. I mean, it gets 18 miles to the gallon. So, you know, it probably cost me about $500 to get down to Mexico. I think somewhere around there, 500 or $600. So it's not like it's a fortune to get down there. So, Homer Simpson ran the electrical plant. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Simpsons never let me down. But yeah, I think it's a wise investment. So I was actually trying to go through, and maybe I'll just throw. I was actually, because I just struggle on the internet, guys. I just think once I get away from here for, you know, and I can just go out on the road and do better than trying to work on the internet anymore. I just get so little traffic on the internet. It's not even worth me trying to sell anything on the internet hardly anymore. I get banned on the internet, guys. I don't get very. I made my living for. How long has the internet been out? Just about as long as the internet's been out. I bought and sold things via the internet, so it's not like I didn't get to sell a lot of things on the internet. So I'll have to just try to figure out another way to do it, you know. So, but anyways, I'll get it figured out. But I am quite excited about, you know, getting done with this stupid case and putting it behind me, and then I'm going to try to figure out where my son and daughter are at, and if I can't locate them, then I'm going to go. And like I said, it's exciting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's how I figured, Ziggy. And I'm not gonna, I'm not a burden to people. If somebody had me in their house, I think if I go out to people's houses along the way and stuff, if I visit some people along the road in the ministry, it's where I think I'll get a little bit of help. I'm not going to mess somebody's, I'm going to rinse out the shower. There's going to be no pubes in your damn bathtub. If I took a shower, I'm going to make sure I rinse you know, I put the damn toilet seat down. I make sure I don't use the last of the day. Hey, man, I used the last of the toilet paper in here. I don't just walk out and, sorry, I apologize. I'm a little air for, I'm a pretty considerate person when I live with people, or be around other people. So I don't think I'd be a burden when I go on the road. So I get a little bit of help with that too, you know what I'm saying? But I'd love to come visit people, for a few days too. So that's why I need to get out of here, man. I could get on the road and start making things like that happen and have visits with the people. And I know there's people in California. I've been thinking, do I want to go through California? Do I want to go to Idaho? Do I want to go down through Mexicali? Do I want to go through Tijuana? What way do I want to go down into? I was thinking about going to Mexicali and then coming down back over like TJ, coming back up that way or whatever. I don't know. But I know if I just get out on the road, it'll be exciting. It'll be fun. I'll live stream what I'm doing. You know, there's actually one thing I probably need to do. I need to my charger on my 4Runner, that charger to plug in my phone, quit working, and I took it apart and I couldn't get it fixed. And I need to put that damn thing back together. I need to be able to charge my phone while I'm on the road. Something I could get fixed, I'm sure, on the road too. Once I get on the road, I could trade and just do things. And but I'd love to go and share the gospel, go to town, and eventually come do it and make a tour across the U.S. too. I'd love to come back and do that. I'd like to get done early before next fall. I would probably try to tentatively. I don't want to make any plans because Father will wreck them. I'll just go to jail and nothing will happen, right? Like, damn, that was stupid. Make any plans, but try to before I come back next, spring, and then work and try to get everything done, and then try to before I go leave for the winter, go do a tour across the U.S. You know what I'm saying, and go see, go bounce around and go hit about 10 or 15 states. Before I leave, maybe I'll make a loop and come up and come back down and go back down through Mexico again, down to South America. So tentatively, we'll see. I don't know what Father is going to do with me. I mean, he crushes me and doesn't let me do anything right now. So, but we're coming to a head here. Like I said, the last 24 grains of sand are dropping through the hourglass here. So thank you guys for being here with me for another day. Push me here through another day. Elijah was the person that I got to talk to for hours and hours and hours. We would share the gospel, straight talk about God and some things, other things too, but a lot of gospel, a lot of God. He loved to share it. He loved talking about it. He'd let me talk about it. We discuss things. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm so excited about that, Ziggy. See how exciting my life could be other than Ziggy, what I do, just wait here another 10 years, man, for people to come out here. Dude, I'm ruining myself, dude. I was a lot younger when I started this, you know what I'm saying? You're just going to go find that good medicine. Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing, guys, too. It's, Father will give me an abundance too of blessings when I'm on the road, like with people, not physical things. I don't want to own anything. That's another thing. I don't want to take anything with me. I don't want any gifts or anything on the road. I want to experience with people. You know what I'm saying? I want to experience the ministry. I want to go out, and for 10 years I've been trying to get people to come out here and live geothermally under, the frost line and cut their costs, get their costs to zero. And I have everything here. I live the American dream. I didn't get shorted, but I can't keep, you'll go insane doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. It drives you a little mad. And I live so far away from people. Maybe if I lived in town and I had a friend or something like that, but I don't have any friends. I don't have any neighbors. I don't have any family. So I'm just pretty much alone. I've gone half a year, before out here not talking to anybody, nobody on the internet, didn't have any human contact with anybody, just talk with God. Try to talk with his father for about 6 months and have a relationship with him. You'll build a relationship with him when you only talk to him for 6 months at a time. You know, it's even better. I said there was times I remember I was like, man, there was times I was wondering, man, I think it'd be better to be thrown in a jail. At least there'd be people around me I can yell and scream and holler at, or they can bang on shit. I can hear some presence of somebody. But I got in a rut out here one time, and I just got a little upset, at myself, and then didn't want to have anybody because I didn't want to rub off and be negative with anybody. And that's the longest I've ever gone without talking to my son, was that period of time. Him and I got into something about, kind of started a little bit with that, about something about a reconstructed title on a car or something that turned into some weird thing. And I ended up not talking to him. That was the longest I've ever been in my entire life without having contact with him. Well, not now. I've never gone this long, ever. I've never gone. It's been, 500, almost 30 days or something like that. I can't believe how long it's been since I've seen my son. So, but it's okay. Father will figure it all out. He'll figure it out. A bird not worries what it's going to eat when it's, out in the field, in the wild. So I have food. I'm going to bring lots of food with me. Not that kind of food. I got food. I showed you. I have a lot of freeze-dried meals I'm going to take with me. I should be able to bring a couple months, hopefully, worth of meals with me, too. So I'm not burning anybody, but I think if I stop by somebody's place, they're going to want to cook me a meal, and I'm going to try to have some money in my pocket, the whole way. I don't want to go there broke, but I won't leave it, but so I can buy a meal too and cook, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I am preparing to go to jail. Like I said, Ziggy, if I have to, I'll do it, and that's what I'll do. I have all this, I have the word written on my, so I can share it. I don't need the books. It's on my heart, and I'm always studying, and that's what I do when they lock me up. I just share, sit down there and draw on the swastika symbol and all the imagery, and so I don't need all this. Oh, much agape. Appreciate that. You don't have to give anything to the ministry to be a part of this ministry, so that Scott, appreciate it. I don't know. Again, I don't know. Scott, you were the other day. I apologize. Was it earlier today? I went and looked at my Lanecountychoppers, and I apologize. I don't know what happened there, and we lost the stream. So I do appreciate. But I don't know what happened with my Lanecountychoppers. So with that PayPal. So I appreciate your earlier making the attempt. I don't know what happened. So I'll leave the super chat on, because there are some people that's the only way they can give here. And I don't like AdSense. Takes about 30% of your hard-earned money. So, man, get taxed on federal and state, right? You get gross and net. It makes me sick. You get that money, you drive home, you get taxed in the gas tax, and the car you pay insurance tax, I can't stop myself from going to jail living. I can't. If Father wants me to go to, I'm going to go to jail. I've tried to get them to drop the charges against me. I've gone in and asked them to, they don't have a case and everything, and they just won't drop the charges. They dropped my daughter's charges for the same thing they have me charged with. Literally the same charges my daughter is charged with. I am facing charges, the same charges. Her charges were dropped for doing the same thing. 14 months later, they're still holding me to the same charges they let her go for. So they really are mad at me, and they are. I think if I go to trial, I'm going to go to jail. I don't think it matters. I think even if my attorney gets me a win, the judge is going to say from the bench or something, rule for the bench, I'm putting him in jail. He's been, whatever, and just, I don't think I'm preparing for both. I don't want to go to jail. I want to go on the road. I want to travel. I don't have to, but I would like to take the ministry on the road and go travel and do live streams on the road. Ask the same hard questions to people, hey, where's God at? Who is God? What if there's no J's in Hebrew or Greek? Is Jesus? Is that what it means by shame? Just ask. I'm not going to be rude and try to be polite. Uh, but so um, I appreciate your ties to this ministry. Father has been very hard on me and my son and my daughter, and so I don't think they're going to get easier. For me. And so I don't know. I don't know. This is the hardest time ever. I've been through, guys, a lot of stuff, and I'm not asking for any pity. I've been through a lot of hard times. Father, I shared earlier with you guys that my wife got pregnant when I was in the military, some other guy, and I kept that child, and, I lost my dad not longer. My whole life is just nonstop. I don't know if it'll ever end. I don't know if it'll ever stop beating me. Remember, I was this close to having my son here at this 20 acres, and now I'm taxed to pay the land tax on it and stuff when he was supposed to move there. And I don't even know if he's alive anymore, and so Father has just made this a very difficult time for me. And I appreciate you guys being here because I don't have my son. He's the only one I ever talk to for hours at a time about the gospel. And he never would shut me down ever. I don't care who he was working on a car or whatever. He would, Dad, I can set the phone down. I have speakerphone. You don't put me on phone. I'm always on speakerphone. You're on speakerphone, Dad. Just keep talking. So what were you saying about in James or whatever? And he would be there. He wouldn't just put me off. And so I appreciate you guys, being here. You don't ever have to tied to to the ministry through a monetary way. Father's just being really ornery. I have land for sale. I wish he would just have let me sell that land this year. And but I don't know why he won't. But I put everything on Father, if that makes sense, guys. I don't mean to go there, but well, I can't change any of that though, living. I really can't. I have to be prepared to go to jail and make sure my dog is taken care of. And I just wonder if that's why Father took my dog right before trial too, because I'm going to jail. If it's one way that Father just works that way in my life, it would be a lot easier for him to go now than when Kevin had him in a month or two from now. And Kevin have to worry about what he did to that dog. And he was just an old dog that had a wonderful life and never suffered once. And that made it hard on Kevin. So um, I don't like that Tango got taken. I miss him so much today. I missed him so much today. I missed my dog so much today. They're everywhere, and I just see signs of him everywhere. So I'm still struggling a little bit with why Father had to take him and then take all that. I don't mean to go there, but that money from me, I had money to pay the taxes this year and my land payments and everything. I thought it was square. Father wouldn't let me sell anything. I sold that bike for next to nothing. I gave it away. I took a big hit on it, thousands of dollars of hits, and it's like I need something to work off of. And then he went and took all that from me. So maybe it's just better to go sit in jail. I don't have to worry about this, because what's going to happen to me if I go on the road? You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying it's easier in jail, but there's a lot of responsibility sitting out here for 10 years thinking somebody's going to come out here and join me. And it wasn't always this ministry. It was always a community, but it's been built into this ministry throughout the years. And so sitting here is killing me. I'd rather go to jail sometimes. I've said to myself, man, I'd rather be in jail serving Father. I'm not doing anything serving here. That's why I come in here. Because I can't get anybody to come here with me at this ministry or Homestead and so I come in here because I don't have anybody else. My only friends are online, My family's online. I don't have blood family. There's nobody in my family that cares about me. Not blood. Nobody's ever called me since this whole thing with Elijah has happened. Never once has anybody in my blood say, hey man, I heard something's going on with Elijah. Nobody's ever, like I said, no organizations ever even coming in, veterans or um, no victims advocate for being assaulted. I was assaulted. We were all assaulted that day. They should have taken us all to the hospital, not to the county jail. But for some reason, no victims advocacy is ever called, or nobody for Elijah, nobody for Adriana. She was kidnapped. Her charges were released. She should have been contacted by victims advocacy to help her get her, they took a lot from her. She lost her job over this shit. You understand? My daughter lost her fucking job over this, guys. She had a job for a long time. She made decent money, and she had a beautiful house that they lived in. I didn't like it because it was new, but they lost everything. My son and daughter lost everything over this too. They were supposed to be moving out here with me on, not me, but on the other property, and now I'm paying taxes on that property that I don't even have now. So I don't know why Father took my dog just a couple weeks before trial, but I'm numb. Like I said, I don't mean to go there, but I feel very alone. Tango kept me very rooted on this rock. He's a responsibility. I had him for 13 years. It's like my son. Look at him facing all these charges because my son, but Tango was like my son. For 13 years to have a dog was a good dog. He was a good, great, super good dog. Great dog. He's a good dog. And I miss him. And I miss my son. I miss my daughter. I miss having interactions with people. I can't just fucking sit out here for 10 years now. I've been trying to get somebody to join me. Nobody wants to come join me. I'd be better sitting in jail than sitting here. I mean, I like serving this ministry and I want to, so hopefully I don't. And then if I do, I need to take the ministry on the road. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so, but I can't sell anything right now because Father won't let me sell anything. Like I said, I just sold the motorcycle, and then like I said, the like I said, just the X-rays or something, like $300 or something. An X-ray, they're like 3 X-rays or something. I mean, I was just kind of blown away at the cost. But it was in the middle of the night. It was 2 or 3 in the morning. My dog was fucking howling. You know, I didn't have $11,000. If I had $11,000, didn't spend it on the attorney, I would have spent it on my dog. You know, he's like my son. I know I would have. I know I would have. So I spent everything I had. You know what I'm saying? They had to puncture his stomach and try to relieve him. So it try to get to stop bloating and filling up. And they put on morphine or whatever. They did quite a few things to try to help him, to stabilize him, and IV and it all costs, it all costs money. And so, and then they had to put him down, and there's charge for that. And so Father does that to me. Like I said, he did it with my son and daughter. I was this close to having my son and daughter in my life, and he died of old age. He died of old age. They asked me what he'd ate, but once they went in and seen his stomach turned over, because he's an old dog. He was almost 13 years old, 140-pound dog. They said they see dogs come in there almost every day that are 6 to 8 years old that are his size that die of the same thing because their body cavity's too big, and it's kind of an old age thing. They actually consider that an old age death when their stomach the way it's a big body shape, it happens like big standard poodles and things like that. It turns over. Even if I had $11,000, they said that it could have within a month or two, or it's even immediately. And so my dog was never in pain his whole life. And as hard as that was for me, they're like, you have another half an hour and he's going to be gone. I said, put him down right now. I live streamed it. So, you could see him. He was there for just a second, guys. He was there for just a blip second, just a second. He was gone. When he was gone, he was here. He was having such a hard time. He was being strangled. I knew what happened when I felt his stomach and it was bloated. I mean, I'm not a veterinarian, but I have, a lot of training in first aid and first response, and obviously veteran police officer. I know, so I knew as soon as I felt his stomach and he didn't eat. I knew when I put his food down in front of him, that dog would never not eat his food. That something was never did he not eat his food. I put that food down. I was like, and he didn't eat. I was like, oh fuck. Um, and then I let him go outside and I followed him a little bit with the light out there, and I seen him stick his head down on the ground and throw up, and he didn't throw up anything. I was like, you fucking, oh my God, and I just tried to get my calm about me. And I said, we're going. And he could still hear me, but he was being literally choked out at that time. And it took about 2 hours to get him into it was a long fucking drive with my dog in there kind of howling. And, so whatever money I had cash in my pocket, I'm so glad I did, guys. I'm so glad I did, because I can't imagine if I didn't have the money. I felt so bad that I couldn't have at least, the x-rays, the shots, the morphine, the IVs, the everything. I did everything I could. I'm saying I did everything I could. Um, if I had $11,000, I probably would have spent it too. So, um, but anyways, I got to move on with my life. And I think that sitting around here for another year or two is not going to help me. Um, I'm just going to end up going crazy, and I don't want to go crazy. I feel like I have my wits about me still. How, I don't know, but I do. So I think the best thing for me to do is listen to what Father tells me, and I'm not going to make any plans. I'll do whatever he wants me to do. It'd be okay to die. I'm ready to die. I'm not threatening death, but it would be a relief. I feel like I'm in misery and in pain. And when something is in this much pain, I would finish it off personally. It is what it is. I wouldn't let something suffer like this. I'm a fucking human being. I have humanity. So, but I'm not God, so I can't do that. That's why I won't ever take my life. I'll never do that ever. I want to see Father. You can't take your life and be with Father. You have to endure to the end to be with Shiloh, and you can't do that. So, um, but I know I don't want to sit around here any longer waiting for somebody to come out here and homestead with me. Or and I've invited so many people and nobody ever comes. So I have literally invited hundreds of people, and through the years, probably between homestead channels and stuff, and just nobody ever comes. So uh, that's okay. I'm glad Father sent Kevin. I mean, he's kind of a separate deal. He's kind of got his own spot. He is part of the ministry. It's just kind of different with Kevin, and that's fine. Um, I am thankful for Kevin. So, and I am so thankful that I have this wonderful, beautiful dog still here with me. He's such an amazing boy. He's struggling too, like me. He is. He's struggling, man. He is not doing good. So I think going on the road would be a good thing for him. I think he'd do better on the road. Darn it. I'll let my fire burn out. I will. So, but anyways, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm just going to prepare for both, guys, and not plan on anything. That's what I'm going to do. Prepare to go to jail and prepare not to go to jail. I just hope I can have everything ready to go by the time that that date gets here. So, whatever it is, I'm at Father's hands. It's 100%. If you can see, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I've tried so hard to avoid these days and avoid this. And so I think if I try harder, it's just going to make the problem worse. So every time I try, I get thrown in jail or, taken from me. So um, I'm hoping I can sell one of my vehicles before I go. I'm hoping I get up a damn motivation to sell the damn thing. I just can't seem to want to do anything but just keep myself clean and keep my animals fed and make sure the stuff out here at this ministry is not falling apart because of the winds and stuff like that. But it's okay. I'm at Father's service. Whatever he wants me to do, I'll do. If he wants me to be here for another 50 years plus, I'm going to keep going. So it's going to get rough. I know that. it's about to get a lot worse. The calm before the storm. Generally, it always gets, worse before it gets better, actually. It's kind of the reverse effect, like pleasure's worse than the pain. So he'll finish me off when he's ready. My day of death is already written, so nobody's going to take my life. I don't live in fear of my death, of my flesh. So you can see that there's 25, men with gun, heavily armed, and I know they were wanting to kill me, and I still was just trying to get them to de-escalate. More concerned about my animals and my son and my daughter. You should see that in the SWAT raid, that I didn't care about losing my life. The reason why I was asking them, please don't shoot me, guys, is because I was thinking about my animals. So now I kind of wish they would have. But no, I shouldn't have said that. I just, I wouldn't have to go through all this nonsense that I'm a couple of weeks away from my trial or whatever, and my attorney won't even call me. I'm so perplexed sometimes. But Father has a plan for me. So I don't want to make any. Look what I just did. I just wasted over $100,000, and now I'm scarred and maimed for life. I'll never be the same man I was prior to that SWAT raid. No. I wish I could say that, not wish, but I'll never be the man that I was before that night. I didn't curse on YouTube for 6 years, brothers and sisters. Not till 3 nights prior to that SWAT raid did I ever curse once on this live stream. And look at me now. So no excuses, but I'm a changed man. My vision will never be the same. My lungs will never be the same. My head does. My head hurts so fucking bad every day. Getting blasted in the face with a grenade, man. Why? So I got to keep going though and not think about it, because it just makes it worse when I think about things like that. So when I sidetrack myself, and think about the word and stuff, that's why I come in here too. It helps me forget about this disgusting life. I apologize that I bring it up, but it's hard to live it. It's an absolute torment, nightmare. I feel like I'm being menaced by God. I really feel like he's just menacing me and tormenting me, but I still love him. I don't care what he does to me. I love him anyways. He's not gonna. I don't. I don't. I don't know. Like I said, there's nothing. I don't want to say there's nothing. He'll do whatever he wants to me. So nothing's gonna ever make me turn my back on him. I'm mad at him. I'm frustrated with him, but it's more my shortcomings sometimes than his. I just, I could do more, but I don't want to do more. You know what I'm saying? That's my life, my struggle. I don't care about this life like that. Fame and fortune, and I don't. I'm so over the physical, owning. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so, he's gonna do with me whatever he makes me do. He makes me get up because I know I just wanted to lay here and fucking rest for a while, take a dirt nap, come back in another lifetime or something, quantum leap, But he's not done with me, apparently. He's not done with me yet. So I know I love the gospel, and I can share that to the day that I die, though. I love the gospel more than anything, man. I love the gospel so much. I'm in love with the gospel. I am in love with the gospel. So that's what lifts my spirits, is when I think about the gospel. I know this isn't in vain, because the gospel is suffering. It is. The gospel is thlipsis. The gospel is tribulation. Narrow is the way. The only way to the Father is through that narrow way. So he's doing something with me. I don't need to know it. I might not never know it. I've faced, if you ever got to meet my son, if he ever is alive again, he'll tell you that I prepare for hard times. Because Father always, anytime it gets calm, it gets a lot worse in my life. And I've had to have my son around that for a long time. He was around that for many times. He saw when things get slow, they're about to get real bad real quick. Father doesn't normally give me too much of a time to breathe, and I don't really get a breath of air. I just get to see the light for a minute, and then he shoves me back down. And my son has seen that happen to me so many times. So I know why my son wouldn't want to be around me, I guess now, if he was alive. It's just a long battle. He just doesn't, uh, he doesn't give me much of a chance to even, you know, my whole life has kind of been like that. And so I told my son, said, I'm prepared for this to be like this the rest of my life. So, and I'm not going to stop loving Father. If he beats me to the day that I die, I'm not going to turn my back on him. And I'm always prepared for this to happen in my life. And he knows that. And I miss that. I know that he would know that right now, that whatever's happening, his father's, I'm saying, his father's doing, I'm saying, um, as long as I'm not doing my will, um, so I'm prepared for things to get a lot worse. That's how my life is. So, uh, you know, longer the calm, the harder the storm. So, yeah, I don't want to make money. I don't care about money. But anyways, that's what I'm preparing for, guys, because I know that's the way Father works in my life. And I've told that to my son, 100 times or plus that, hey, Dad's life is probably never going to stop being like this. You know why it's like this, and I don't ask for this. This is what Father does in my life. So this will probably be this way to the day that I die. And yeah, probably, Dad. He's always seen that. So um, I'm preparing for things to get much worse. I don't know what that is, but I'll have to be ready for it when it comes. But to sit around and just act like things are going to be lovely and peachy and rainbows and butterflies and bubbles and all that, it's not that. I don't get that. I didn't get that life this time. I didn't get to just think about my wife's boobies or the rack and just the football and just kind of be a simple man. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, you know, I'll just try to take it as it comes. Like I said, my life is definitely not Burger King. I don't get my way very often in my life. That's why I don't want anything anymore at all physical. I'm over the physical experience. I need, you know, to be with my family. If I have any family here on this rock, or I need to let Father, let me go, man, let me go. Why are you keeping me here? There isn't anything here for me. The only thing here for me is the gospel. I love Father's beautiful creation. There are some beautiful people out there. I do care about. I don't mistreat people in public or anything like that. Or um, I treat just about everybody this exactly the same way. I don't, not just about. I do. So love thy neighbor like thy enemy like thyself. So I tend to not change how I deal with people. People don't like that sometimes in public, but that's okay. I'm not there to be nice. Remember, if you deny me in front of your um, and friends and your family, I'll deny you in front of my Father. So I know what he has in store for me is going to be rough. And maybe that's what he's preparing me for right now, something much more rougher to come. But as I remember, when things get really rough, because that's kind of what Father bred me for, is for the harder times. I tend to have, uh, you know, well, look at how I was acting during the SWAT raid. They come in and already hit me in the face with a grenade, and I was just trying to get them to de-escalate. You know what I'm saying? De-escalate. You know what I'm saying? But so, you know, I'm not sure uh, what that's all about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why Father does it to me. So, what do I do? You know? So, I just keep going. You know? Father will, when he's done with me, he's done with me. I don't know. My body's getting, I need some fresh fruit. I need some fresh vegetables. I need some fresh air. I need to stop eating this garbage food. and I try to eat good the best that I can, but a lot of things I don't eat that a lot of people do eat, but I definitely could use better food in my body, and I think I'd start feeling better. That was the whole idea of taking a vacation, was to get out of here and eat better and just get a better, um, just take a breather for a little bit and come back and then go charge again. I like to work. I like to stay busy. I like to stay active. I don't like to sit around. That stuff hurts. It's worse for me to sit around than it is to try to stay super busy and keep working. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm not sure. But anyways, we'll see. I don't have, like I said, I don't have any control over it at this point. I know that I'm in my last days here of either being not having to be around a bunch of stinky dudes or being able to potentially leave. So hopefully, like I said, I'll be able to get this pop-up camp shell and use it so I can not have to do hotel rooms, and it'll give me more ability to want to kind of pull off, the beaten path and go hang out in the woods, and that's what I want to have the experience. I don't want to go to the cities. I will, but I kind of want to avoid the cities and see more of nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on in your message there, Shadows. What is your message about? What is your message? So, so I'm not sure what that's all about. So, what's that? Let's see. Where are we going here? Okay. What's going on with this damn thing? So, I've shown you many times, my wife, if feel no shame for being on father's side. Huh? What's that all about? So, but anyways, yeah. So we'll see. We just clicked off another day, guys. Appreciate you being here for me. What tomorrow's the 7th. So, 7th to the 24th. Boy, it's getting pretty close, huh? 17 days or 24 days or something like that. Wow. We're a little like weeks away here, days away. So, will I make it to Mexico? Who knows? So, all right. Well, you guys got any other thoughts or things before I shut her down here for the rest of the night? We live streamed pretty much all day here, just burning off another day. I've done some stuff out here at the farm a little bit here too, but didn't do a lot here today, but that's okay. I don't need to get anything done other than, like I said, hoping to get some things sold or something like that. But otherwise, get all wait. Nothing's going anywhere. It's not going to grow legs. The land's here, So, yeah, no, appreciate it, Ziggy. I appreciate you. You guys help here with the just being an ear. It gets lonesome out here, by myself. Tango being gone, it just, the whole energy is completely so different at this farm. So, um, God, he was such a big part of my life. You wouldn't think a dog could be that big, much of your, be that big of a part of your life. But he sure is he had a good long life, though. I thank Father so much for as much time as he gave me with him. And same thing with my son, too. I got to spend 25 years. I only got to spend 7 with my dad. So um, I thank Father for that. And if he never wants to talk to me again, that's okay. Uh, God, I can't believe he's 26 years old. Damn, he's getting, 26. Wow. Well, little man is a grown ass, gosh, where is he, Father? So I don't know. Father, reveal all these things, I guess, all a good time. So um, his time, not my time. Not my time, obviously. So let's call this one a stream, guys. Appreciate your time today. And thank you, Scott, for the $20 tithe. Appreciate that. YouTube takes about 30%, but I'll use it and I'll put it towards gas, or like I said, I'm really trying to get that pop-up canopy, so it's about $500 or $600 is probably where I'm going to be able to find one right about that price every once in a while. I don't see them very often. The only one I see right now is a really old one. It's really old. I've never seen this one before. So that's the only one I can find right now. It's the one I'm shooting on that I can try to afford. So maybe again, Father will sell some. I have some Toyota parts, and I got 30 or 40 things online for sale. So um, you never know. I had that guy try to contact me, but then he pulled back on me with the air compressor, and I knew he would. So I kind of called that one. I'm like, darn it, I kind of knew that was Father just mess with me. Oh, I'll give you 3 ounces of silver and a cord of wood. Yeah, I could sure use some fucking firewood out here, Father. But then he backed out on the deal, and so yeah, it's just a psych. So anyways, much love, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Ziggy. Appreciate you staying in there so long. Appreciate all your time of tithe, and all your time is more valuable than any money you could ever give me. So you can't print time, right? So you can go make more money, but you can't make up time. I don't know. Time's hauling ass right now, so it's pretty hard to make up time too. So thanks for, hopefully you didn't take any of it, giving it here, and thank you for your good comments. The support of the ministry. We'll come back and do it tomorrow if the sun doesn't knock down the internet, right? So if you're watching the restream, leave a comment. That'd be appreciated. You can leave a comment after the video if you ever want to do that. We don't get a lot of comments after, but that's okay. Do appreciate the 26 people who took the time to hit the thumbs up. I don't really care about people liking me or anything, but that shows that there must have been something that people, took from here and gleaned something from this. Didn't think it was just a waste of their time. So um, links are in the description. If you want to, once again, send a license plate. I mentioned that. Send a license plate out here from your state. And or there's monetary ways to tithe monetary through Cash App or PayPal. But come back when you have more time. Nice. So if you're out there, Elijah John, I miss you so much, son. I'm not giving up on you, son. I don't know if you're mad at me. I love you, bud. I'll miss you. I miss you, Adriana. I miss you, kids, so much, man. And I might have to see you guys on the other side. So I'll see you guys here on the other side too. Okay. If I don't see you, if I don't come back, anything can happen. You never know. Much blessing. Stay in the word. Be not of the world. Stay in it, right? Stay in the word. Be in the word, not of the world. So he said, come out of my people. Get ready for things to get more intense. That doesn't mean you can't do well in the future. I'm going to do well. It's going to be tough, but I'll try to do the best I can with what I have in front of me. So thank you for your time once again, and I'll see you guys again on the next broadcast here at the High Desert House here at HD Fat. Okay, hopefully we gave you some more meat. You can glean and take with you what you want, chew up the meat, and spit out the bones. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.